Hello and welcome to day 127 of Dungeon 23, the series where we make a room of a mega dungeon every day for a year. Today is less of an actual room, it's more of just this hallway here with a bunch of traps in it, but it's basically a room. This specific floor is less room oriented, more so just section oriented. And what this is a hallway that has what at first appears to be 3 traps is actually 4 traps. So depending on which way you come from, which is probably going to be this way for the most part, although they could go through this way, then wherever's up here, then loop back around. I'm not sure how we're going to put this here, but we'll decide there. But the important thing is that they're probably going to come through this way, where we have these crossbow traps that are kind of buried within the walls of the dirt. And the way they work is if you step in the square in front of them, they're just going to shoot you. It is a DC 14 to notice a trap, DC 15 to disarm the trap, and I realized that I completely forgot to put the DC for the deck save and how much damage it is. So we're just going to put that right here. So, not super easy to avoid the shot, but it's only a D8, which isn't a whole lot compared to what some things could do. And these are all identical. And the kind of joke of it is that you see this one, you probably get shot, put on edge, notice this guy, deactivate, notice this guy, deactivate, and you think you're good, and then you step forward and fall into a pit trap. The pit trap has a DC 15 to notice it passively, or if you're investigating for it, you're looking for it. And if you don't, there's a DC 16 deck save to avoid falling in the pit, which is only 5 feet. So you're not going to take any fall damage, but you will take 2d4 piercing damage from little spikes that are in there, and also 1d6 poison damage from all like the gross, stagnant water, disgustingness, trench water that's in that pit with it. I was contemplating putting a constitution save in there, but I think having more than one save for one failure of a trap is kind of excessive. Unless it's something very, very specific, like a very specific and complicated trap. Not just a standard hallway trap. And obviously all of this stuff is on the GM layer. The party doesn't know it's here until it gets sprung on them, or they make the requisite checks to notice them. And that's really what we have for today. Barely even a room, but it still meets my criteria for the day. It's involved enough that I consider it to be. And yeah, if you want to see maybe more involved traps, more complicated traps, then go check out some older videos. You could also like, comment, subscribe, so that way these videos show up in recommendations, so when more interesting stuff happens, you could see it. There's also a bell notification icon right next to the subscribe button. Whether or not notifications work or not, a bit sketchy, so try at your own leisure. And thanks for watching and or listening. And I apologize for the poor quality. It's not going to improve.